What is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to the Tasha C Show podcast. Shout out to my YouTube and podcast fam. If you're part of my podcast fam, like I said, or my YouTube fam, and or both, which I strongly encourage it, hugs and loves in advance, and hugs and love to the people who supported me in the near future as well. Okay, if you're not a part of my podcast, but you're listening to my podcast and these podcast platforms, you like what you're listening to, don't forget to follow. And second of all, if you're wondering about this YouTube channel, even though I've been mostly doing audio video, you might say podcasts, really, for the past 2 months, probably, at least, just do private videos, and I'll show my face soon. But anyways, go to YouTube and type in Tasha C TV, and vice versa. If you're part of my YouTube fam, this is your first time, you're on this video that's happened to be a podcast audio video, go ahead and click subscribe if you're liking what you're hearing, and go ahead and click the notifications, and you learn about this podcast. There's Speaker and the other platforms that are inside that should be in the description of this video. Okay, like I said, this is another my bonus podcast. This was my original part of my bonus podcast. I usually do entertainment and stuff, and like I said, y'all, I still haven't uploaded my first Ice Queen, I like to say Miss C, Miss Cray Cray, yet, and due to the fact that we keep you more updates, a lot of it something has to do with Michigan and so forth and just other things. I'll probably upload another one probably the same day together, okay? So, like I said, I have not put that up, and like I said, due to the nature of it stuff, excuse me, y'all, I am yawning and mispronouncing words and stuff, that I'm only uploading as a podcast when I do upload it. So, like I said, if you want to follow my podcast as well, just in case to hear certain podcasts, and then, because that'll be like in the future, sometimes I either might put like a limit if I learn or feel like doing it, put either like only a certain amount limited, amount of podcast, or put only certain podcast as podcasts due to the nature of what I'm talking about. So anyways, y'all, this is not going to be a long one again. I hope everyone, whoever's listening to this is safe with everything's going on. Okay, today is March 16, 2020. Tomorrow, be up to St. Patrick's Day, but due to circumstances and Miss Queen C being a B, well, I try to avoid not cuss as much when I do these. A lot of us are probably indoors more than what we usually are. So, okay, it's a new series of y'all, the sci-fis and stuff. And they're supposed to be coming out 27. I've seen the advertisement actually, and they actually, I've seen it. It looks cool. I'm not a person in the sci-fi like that all the time, but I might give it a chance. So it's supposed to be a sci-fi channel called Vagrant, a Queen, and it's starring a black queen, or she was formerly of a black person, so it's like a futuristic type of thing, and it's based on a comic that came out. So I don't know. I'll give it a chance, y'all, but it's supposed to come on next week. Also, if y'all into books or even just a new series that's supposed to be, I think this is supposed to be a Hulu channel. Hulu. Well, I don't know why I'm calling Hulu's channel. I don't know why I got confused. I was Amazon, but little, limited miniseries starring Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon with little flyers everywhere, and it's supposed to be coming on March the 18th. As well, I have the audio book and I need to start listening to it. I want to watch books, whatever, because like I said, I already told y'all, reading, people had fought and died for us to read, so forth. So, like I said, if y'all say don't want to pay for it, but if you already have your library card, you can go ahead and use the Auto Drive or Library service to rent and check out books loans that way. Sign it in one time. The patent runner should be, good to go. And also check Hoopla app as well. I don't know, I got the app, but, you could go through, say, the computer or something also to log in And, if your library matches up, put in your card, you're able to get that. So, actually, they don't have, at least, I don't know if it's based on states, the ability of stuff, or if that's their thing altogether. Like, they have the same selections everywhere. But I know my library, and I had just put it on hold, and I got it now, is the Little Fires Everywhere Autobook version. And also, too, they don't have it where, okay, I don't know if I should be saying that, whatever. But let's just say, try to, if you can, if you're able to read the book, the audiobook, whatever, listen to the audiobook, go right ahead as well. I'll leave this out. I was about to say something I don't know what I was supposed to say about the audiobooks. But let's just say, like I said, if y'all want to read the book before watching the series or whatever, getting access to somehow, go ahead. Now let's get on to that. I don't know what else supposed to come on. Also, I think March the 20th isn't the there's a couple movies supposed to be on Cork. On Cork is supposed to be something coming on Netflix soon. I forgot what it's, April the 3rd. Something supposed Coffee and Kareem I talked about as well. I think that's when the movie's coming April 3rd. Also, the miniseries that has Octavia, Blair Underwood, Gary, Mr. Gary, if you know, like Martin's former boss off the TV series Martin and so forth, is supposed to be coming on, I think, next week as well. So get ready, based on the billionaire for the hair care line, stuff. Became, I think, a millionaire based on making his hair care system and stuff. Madam C.J. Walker. I hope I'm saying her name right. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I'm just telling y'all about a couple things to watch that are premiering. Now, I just got on Instagram, and one of the new Instagram pages I've been following called We Are Push Black. And I just ran into some timeline scroll before I went to bookmark my things. So here I want to say this. Okay. Though only lasting for another 2 years due to this fatal shift in rhetoric, Freedom's Journal spawned many future publications through the works of its agents and editors, with over 40 black-owned and operated papers established throughout the United States by the Civil War. It has always been important for us to offer our own stories. And we at Pushback Blue Freedom's Journal for paving the way. In the words of its founders, we wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. So, March the 16th, 1827. On this day in 1827, Freedom's Journal, four-column weekly publication that served as the first black-owned and operated newspaper in the United States, was published. Founded by free black men in New York City, during the same year the state of New York City abolished slavery. Freedom's Journal surveyed current events, anecdotes, and editorials that advocate against both slavery and colonization. The newspaper was crucial to the existence of the newly freed black people who had migrated north, as many to turn to it for housing, school, and job listings. It also served as a forum for the black community to express themselves and to counteract against openly racist white publications. Initially opposed to colonization's efforts, Freedom's Journals fiercely advocated for black people's political rights, and under the lead editorship of Samuel E. Cornish, the journal's perspective expanded beyond the continental United States, highlighting issues of the African diaspora. However, a leadership shift after the first 6 months of the operation proved fatal for the publication. Under a new editor, the paper began to promote the colonization movement, in direct opposition to most of its following. As a result, in March 1829, Freedom's Journal ceased publication. So, okay, let's see here. Sorry, I'm going to the part of Instagram where I have some of the stuff saved. This is the Real Native Boys, and it talked about two monsters, and I'm not gonna lie, I never heard about the second monster talking about, but it is interesting. Two monsters. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Okay, Hitler killed 1 million Europeans. Leopold killed 15 million Africans. Why were only told about one of them? Okay. And, just a mess. This is also sad, but this is a reality, the story about this racist monster. I'm just keeping it like OLC, OLMCICN about this. And this, unfortunately, is the anniversary of a child, 15-year-old girl, who was killed from some racist ass monster. On March 16, 1991, Latasha Harlins, 15, was fatally shot in a green shot over a bottle owner of orange juice. And like I said, that's a whole story within itself. And that's kind of like also the beginning, I think, like 60 prior before the Rodney King tape came out and, that sort of thing. But it also, I think that the rise that came as a result of that mess. And, just sad. And like I said, I could just read the whole thing because I remember just scanning about the article, which it's explaining how she tried to change her story, and then the husband was sometimes asleep, and she ends up calling the young girl because I think it was 5 eyewitnesses or something with a videotape. And she ends up basically shooting this young girl while she's leaving the store. And the girl actually had money in hand. But the judge ended up trying to make it seem like, okay, yeah, she need, this happened, but, revenge is not going to cover some BS. But really, that heifer monster ended up shooting this poor child in cold blood. This bitch should still be in jail to this day, okay? She just got... Okay, I'm sorry, y'all, but... that is sad. Okay. Even March the 16th, for more information, 1948, jazz singer Big Holiday was released from prison. Sorry, y'all. Okay. And, okay. This is also when we are push black. Rampant lies is about slavery, the sorrowful and the hard truth of its brutality and humanity. Here are the top 3 lies told about slavery in America. The North was the beacon of hope. The North was far from enlightened free. Many northern states actually participated in slavery well after it was vastly prohibited post-revolution. Okay, they got the first American slaves were white. That's far-right propaganda circulating. Came in Irish immigrants were the first slaves. Not true. Actually, I remember it was a class I ended up, dropping out of the class when I was taking it. And it was U.S., it was a U.S., history class, and that's what she was trying to say as well. Actually, y'all, just to keep it real, I remember her saying, I know it's been 10 plus years ago, remember this, but she was also making it seem like as if the servants had it worse than the slaves, were her exact words. That was one of the main reasons I left the class. But trying to make say, they had to be there 7 years. But that's what she was teaching as well. And y'all can guess who the little teacher was, instructor was. I do remember her saying as if they had it worse or just as much or worse than people, unfortunately, that were imprisoned and went through the torture and mistreatment and inhumane treatment on top of that, as slaves. Okay. And that was just warrant down. Okay, let me continue what it says. Not true. Many willfully enter indenture servitude with human rights in a contract to end service. And that's what she was saying. Something on the lines where they were able to get out after so many amount of years, or less than 10 years, or 7 years or so, or something like that. But ridiculous. Slavery ended 154 years ago. Perhaps the biggest lies told about slavery is that it ever ended. There is a loophole in the 13th Amendment that legalized forced labor against those convicted of a crime. Okay. It has now become disillusioned with lies we've been told. Despite coming a long way, we're still far free. In fact, we still live in the throes of slavery. Remember that song for Sister Soldier? It came out years ago, even though most people probably might know her more so for her book, like No Disrespect, that was was kind of like a cinebiographical, and then the books like The Coldest Winter, and I know she made books like based on one of the characters, Midnight. I think there was 3 novels. I haven't read the Midnight when it was, or The Deepest Love. I don't think I read that neither. No, I haven't yet. Okay, let's go to something a little bit more, not as dark. Okay, Revolt. Okay, TV, because remember also this is Women History Month as well. Misty Copeland made history when she became the first black woman to ever be named as the American Ballet Theater's principal dancer in the 75-year history of the company. A global of beauty, power, and strength, she has been named to Time's 100 most influential, has covered countless magazines, and has had a Barbie design in her honor. That is dope. Changing the face of ballet as well as how women of color are represented by brands. Misty starred in Under Armour's I Will Want What I Want campaign, gaining over 9 million views. She's not afraid to speak out on issues that matter to her, and was appointed to President Obama's Council on Fitness, Sports, Nutrition, and is a New York Best Times selling author. Let's all clap and show love for her accomplishments. As we say, respect for the principal dancer, best-selling author. Thank you, Misty, for making history, and we keep it locked for Vogue. Okay, for a special feature, She's Got Game. Okay, let's see here. Let's do another. Okay, I already had done. Of course, on Nate Dogg. Okay, let's see here. Chef Mari Russell was the first black woman to earn a Michelin star, the highest honor a restaurant and chef can receive. She's Chef D Cuisine at Chicago's Kegel and Cargomugger, and has earned a Jean Brunner Award for Best Chef D Cuisine, bringing power, new inspiration in the face of the world of Miss Millen and fine dining food and kitchens commanded by women. We got already glad to say respect to chef. Chefs to that. Okay. I think I already had talked about like All Me Against the World came out like 2 days ago, the 25th anniversary from Drag Pip as well. Now, let's see here. Is there anything I just wanted to talk about real quick? I think y'all, sorry y'all, I think I'm just going to end it there. Alright, hugs and loves, everybody. Take care, stay safe, wash your hands, 20 seconds. And since if you got sanitizer, whatever, don't be selfish with it. Okay, but I'm about to get off of here, and I'll see y'all in the next one tomorrow. Alright, take care.